Hi, this is TEC, bringing you another video from Third Age Total War. One of the most important battles from the Lord of the Rings trilogy was the battle for Helm's Deep. This battle determined whether Gondor's northern and western flanks would be secure, and which side would receive support during the ultimate showdown between Gondor and Mordor. Now, as Tolkien tells it, the Rohirrim, led by the heroic members of the Fellowship, were able to rout the massive army that Sauron mustered against them. But is such a feat realistic? Well, today we're going to find out, and we're going to start by looking at the armies that compose the two sides of this conflict. Let's start with the Rohirrim. Now, in the books, the Rohirrim at Helm's Deep are comprised of 2,000 soldiers of Helm's Deep under the command of Erkenbrand, Helm's Deep's captain. These soldiers were accompanied by another 1,000 Rohirrim infantry from the surrounding countryside, as well as those who had accompanied Theoden on his march from Edoras. That brings our total number of Rohirrim to about 3,000, a decent number, especially when you consider the fortifications that Helm's Deep offered. Now let's turn to the forces of Isengard. According to the books, Sauron sent about 10,000 Uruk-hai to fight at the Battle of Helm's Deep. These Uruk-hai brought with them many pieces of siege equipment, as well as the exploding barrels that Sauron had developed specifically for this battle. The Uruk-hai were accompanied by about 2,000 Dunlendings, who had had a long-standing feud with the Rohirrim, claiming that the Rohirrim had taken the Dunlendings' land and forced them up into the lands of Dunland. Prior to this battle, Sauron had incited the forces of Dunland to side with him against the Horse Lords and to take back their ancestral lands. An additional 5,000 orcs from Isengard also accompanied this force in the battle. That brings our total to 3,000 men from Rohan against 17,000 men and orcs and Uruk-hai from Isengard. A pretty lopsided battle when you think about it. But let's see what happens when these two forces face off against each other on the field of battle. As you can see, the sheer number of the forces from Isengard would have overwhelmed any of the Rohirrim defenders at Helm Deep, which would have left Gondor's northern and western flanks unsecure for the Battle of Minas Tirith, and would have eventually led to the fall of the Age of Men and the rise of the Age of the Orc. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you next time.